The sun was barely up on a chilly October morning in 2024 when I found myself in the middle of the wildest neighborhood drama I'd ever witnessed. I just moved to Willow Creek, a quiet riverside suburb in Oregon, hoping for a fresh start after my divorce. My 9-year-old daughter, Lily, was coming to visit, and I wanted our new home to feel safe for her. But a rotting pine tree in my backyard, leaning precariously over the river, had me worried. It groaned in the wind, ready to snap any second. No way was I letting Lily play near that thing. I posted about it in our community app, got a few thumbs ups, no complaints, so I hired a tree service, got permits, and set to work. That's when things got insane. Enter Helen Whitaker, the HOA president, rolling up in a golf cart like she owned the town. She was dressed in a sharp blazer, clutching a massive binder, and yelling, "Stop! You're violating HOA code 52.4C. I was dumbfounded, covered in sawdust. Try to explain, I checked the rules. She thrust her binder at me, pointing to a blank page with a smug grin. "It's in here," she insisted, flipping frantically. Then, as the tree crew made their final cut, the pine crashed right on her golf cart, parked exactly where it would land. Helen didn't flinch. Instead, she smirked, snapped photos, and declared, "You owe me $35,000 for my vintage cart." I was floored. That rusty thing wasn't worth $3,500. Then she called the cops, claiming I'd planned it. "He's a software engineer," she told the officer. "He probably coded the tree to fall." The cop barely hid his laughter. "Ma'am, trees don't run on Wi-Fi." But Helen wasn't done. The next day, my car was surrounded by 50 traffic cones, each with a violation sign. My mailbox was wrapped in caution tape, and a letter in fancy script demanded $35,000. Lily arrived, confused by the chaos. "Dad, why's our house a crime scene?" she asked. Before I could answer, Helen zoomed up in a new golf cart, blaring Sweet Caroline. She had Lily and said, "Your dad's made a costly mistake, sweetie." Lily, sharp as a tack, fired back, "Mister. Thompson next door said that cart was worth $2,000. Why is it $35,000? Helen's face twitched, but she doubled down, offering Lily a ride in her new cart. Lily, wise beyond her years, declined. "Dad says not to trust strangers." I turned to my neighbor, George, a retired accountant who'd lived in Willow Creek for decades. He showed me a ledger of Helen's fines. For $1,000 for a misaligned mailbox, $2,800 for a non-compliant birdhouse. "She's pocketed over $250,000 in 5 years, George said. "The HOA budget shows nothing. Where's it going?" That night, with Lily at her mom's, George and I snuck out to inspect the wrecked cart. Under the seat, we found a hidden compartment stuffed with $60,000 in cash and a notebook detailing Helen's scam. She collected $4,000 for a lawn violation, reported $600, and pocketed the rest. One entry, dated days before the tree fell, read, "James Carter, new resident, programmer, divorced daughter. Weakness, protective dad. Plan, stage card accident, justify fine, hide funds before audit." She'd set me up. I hired Sarah, an HOA dispute lawyer, who saw through Helen's game. "Her ego's her downfall," Sarah said. "Get her to brag." So, I went to Helen's pristine house, feigning defeat. "You win, Helen. Teach me how to be a good HOA member." She beamed, inviting me in for coffee. I set my phone on her table, secretly live streaming to 60 neighbors. Helen launched into her philosophy of control, boasting, "I knew that tree would fall." I parked my cart perfectly for impact. The chat exploded. I revealed the live stream, and Helen's face crumpled confusion, then fury. "You tricked me," she shrieked. Neighbors flooded her yard, demanding answers. "You fined me $3,000 for a gnome," one shouted. Lily, who'd arrived with her grandma, piped up, "Lying's wrong, Mrs. Whitaker. That's called fraud." Helen's folder of evidence was blank, her excuses laughable. "Climate change faded the ink," she claimed. I led the crowd to the cart, revealing the cash and notebook. Silence, then chaos. Helen climbed atop the wreckage, screaming, "I deserve that money. I made this place perfect." But Lily cut through, Dad says fairness matters. You're not fair. Helen unraveled, admitting she'd staged the accident to hide her theft before an audit. George produced bank statements, proving she'd stolen $250,000. Her blackmail envelope was empty. Sarah had seized her records legally. Defeated, Helen fled inside, sobbing. 3 days later, police and a city auditor arrived. Helen pleaded guilty to fraud and embezzlement, facing 2 years in prison and full restitution. The HOA dissolved, replaced by a transparent association led by George. Neighbors got refunds $4,000 here, $2,800 there, totaling $300,000 with interest. We turned the card into a flower bed, Lily's idea, with a sign, "From Helen's Secrets, Beauty Blooms." She waved at Helen during her community service, picking up park litter. "Being mean to sad people makes you mean," Lily said. A year later, Helen sent an apology from prison, thanking Lily for teaching her to question power. Our neighborhood thrived potlucks, fixed playgrounds, and Lily's compliment box idea. Home was finally home. What do you think? Should Helen get a second chance? Or is her apology just another scam? Could you forgive someone who tried to ruin you? Comment, like, and subscribe for more wild stories.